Retiring Old Glory, a how-to guide by Dylan Armstrong. For my Eagle Scout project, I have produced this video detailing how to plan and conduct a flag retirement ceremony. Does your group want to have a private ceremony or a public one? Public ceremonies not only remind our communities of their need to show respect for our flag, but also to serve and honor those who served in our armed forces and in law enforcement. But if your group plans to retire flags on a regular basis, you might choose to hold a smaller private ceremony. When choosing a location, keep fire safety concerns in mind. You should leave sufficient space between the fire, the audience, and the participants. Be mindful of the weather as well. Some venues have a covered shelter which should protect the fire pit in case of rain. The flag code gives few specifics on the ceremony itself and only states that worn flags should be destroyed in a dignified way, preferably by burning. The code also states that when burned, the flag should be completely destroyed so that no part of it is recognized as part of a U.S. flag. Some organizations, such as the American Legion and some Boy Scout troops, have regular retirement ceremonies and have crafted specialized receptacles specifically designed for flag burning. You may wish to contact local groups and see if they have such a device and if it is available for your ceremony. Other organizations use an uncovered wood or charcoal fire. Depending on the type of fire pit you use and the size of the flag could take some time to burn completely. For a public ceremony, it is best to retire only one flag. Any other flags which need to be retired can be burned after the public ceremony. Some ceremonies require that the flag to be burned be cut in smaller pieces, but many people feel that cutting the flag is disrespectful. Some flags, however, are so large that cutting is necessary for purely practical reasons. If at all possible, use a smaller flag for a public ceremony. The script you choose for your ceremony will influence the number of participants you use. Some roles can be combined if needed. Remember that when you are soliciting flag donations, you are also promoting your event. If your event is a public one, contact as many local civic and patriotic organizations as possible to advertise your ceremony. You can also use social media to advertise as well. Keep in touch with your participants. If there are any changes to the schedule, let them know as soon as possible. Likewise, make sure that they understand that if for any reason they are unable to participate, that they should contact you immediately. Make sure that every participant understands his or her part before you rehearse your ceremony. Provide the copies of the script to all participants, and ask those with speaking parts to practice in advance. In order to better respect your participants' time, I suggest holding a rehearsal immediately before the event. Hold the rehearsal in the same location as the event, and be sure to include a safety briefing. Walk through the entire event, with the exception of the actual burning, and have a master of ceremonies to direct the participants. For safety reasons, have only one person light the fire, and remind all participants that no one else should come in contact with the fire pit. Respect your audience. Start on time. If your script does not specifically do so, be sure to acknowledge members of the military and the law enforcement, active and retired, who are present. Also acknowledge members of any patriotic or civic organizations. Flags should be completely burned so that no remnants of the flag should be recognizable. Ashes from the flag should be buried in a location so they will not be trampled underfoot. Local cemeteries or churchyards are appropriate choices. It is appropriate to make a special effort to thank any participants who are recruited from outside your organization. Remember to include the owners of any businesses who allowed their business to be used as drop-off points when you are collecting flags. Here are some resources you may find useful. Thank you for your attention. This concludes the presentation.